Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Another budget beer, cheap beer I've been wanting to drink for a while. Just because I've heard that this is the same beer as a beer that I enjoy, and that beer is Miller Genuine Draft. I have actually never had Miller Genuine Draft. Technically, I guess I have. So basically, from what I've read and heard and watched on YouTube, Miller Genuine Draft is the draft version of High Life. It is the exact same beer, just formulated to kind of act like a draft beer in a can or a bottle. I guess this beer is cold filtered, while High Life is pasteurized. I guess when you pasteurize a beer, you boil it, right? So it like gives it shelf life in a can or a bottle. I don't know what that means science-wise behind this beer, like being cold filtered and not pasteurized, but essentially it's the same beer. But I've never actually had a can or a bottle of Miller Genuine Draft and drank it. So wanted to do it to see what it tastes like. And I definitely am going to drink this blind side by side with High Life to see if we can tell a difference. So 4.7% alcohol by volume. This beer is like hen's teeth around here for some reason. Like none of the stores have it. I found this at a hole-in-the-wall liquor store. I don't know why this beer isn't widely available here to me. It's strange. I don't know. Like High Life's everywhere, so I'm not sure if they just are like, screw it, we'll just send High Life and not MGD. Who knows? Fun fact about this beer: this is the first. This is the first beer I ever got busted with by my mom. My sister, she's 2 years older than me, so when I was a sophomore in high school, my sister decided to have a fucking raging house party her senior year when my parents were out of town. Literally, like my first experience was like having a panic attack. At one point, I was at my house and I like turned around from the front door and looked up the stairs, and there was people everywhere. Like we lived in a small town. I grew up in Folsom, and back then there was like 30,000 people, and there's probably 300 people at our house that night. It was insanity. And the party didn't last long. It lasted like an hour. The neighbors called the cops, thankfully. But upstairs, we had in the one bathroom, there was an ice tub or a bathtub full of ice, which everyone was throwing their drinks in. So my one buddy, I guess, I'd never even talked to him about it. I don't know how it happened, but he got there. He was walking upstairs to put his beer, which was Miller Genuine Draft, in the bathtub, and the cops had just come. So they knock on the door. I open it, and they're like, "Is this your house?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Everyone needs to leave." I'm like, "Can you help me get them out of here?" They're like, "Yes, we can." I'm like, "Thank you, sir." So they got everyone out, save for like 6 people who hid in the backyard. But I guess when the cops came, my buddy was walking to the bathroom, which was across the hallway from my room. He ran into my room and threw his 12-pack of MGD under my bed. It never told me, so I had no idea it was there. A couple months later, I was looking for something in my room and couldn't find it anywhere. And my mom was like, "Well, have you looked under your bed? Like, let's look under your bed, lift your bed up, and I'll see if I can find it." So I lift my bed up, and behold, a 12-pack of Miller Genuine Draft was sitting there. I got busted. It was like the first time in my life, I'm like, I was like, "Mom, I swear that is not my beer. It wasn't mine." She didn't believe me though, so I got busted for MGD, but never even got to drink it. Like I wish I would have known it was there. Maybe I would have like had some fun with it back then. So it's just so funny to think about that story right now. So yeah, this beer, tons of carb, crystal clear. There's a little bit of a chill haze on it. It's ice cold out of the fridge, but yeah, it's just that kind of. It's not super dark. It probably looks darker on camera to you guys, but yeah, it looks like a lager. There was a good, probably 2 fingers of head when we poured that. It's still a finger of fluffy white head. So. That party was wild, man. It was so crazy. Let's see what this smells like. I mean, does it smell like Miller High Life? Probably. It smells like a typical American lager. It's sweet. It's bready. It's got a little bit of like, not vegetal, but like kind of a corny thing. It smells like beer, but it's not like crazy pungent. Yeah, it smells like American adjunct lager. It doesn't smell like anything special. It just smells like beer. Bready, malty, maybe a faint bit of like grassy hop in there. It smells refreshing. Let's go ahead and taste it. Cheers. I mean, listen, that's what I know High Life to taste like. it's going to be really interesting to drink these side by side. This beer's crisp. It's refreshing. It's mild. I think it drinks lighter than 4.7%. I know 4.7 is not like a huge ABV, but I think it drinks lighter than that. It drinks like a light beer to me. It just tastes really, really light. There's a tiny bit, like this beer is not bitter at all, but there's like a tiny bit, I say this with a lot of these American macro lagers, there's like a beer bite to it. It just tells your tongue that it's beer. Doesn't hang around long. Finish is really clean. This is not offensive. It's easy drinking. This beer's, I mean, it's good. I am a big High Life fan, and this is what I know High Life to taste like. So I don't really know the difference between, how, like, what the taste difference is going to be between pasteurizing a beer and not pasteurizing it. I mean, we'll see when we drink them side by side. But yeah, I mean, this beer is fine. It's good. It's just one of those things. Like, High Life is everywhere, so I buy High Life and I drink it. This beer I rarely see. And when I do see it at grocery stores, it's only in 30 packs. And I'm just like, do I need to commit to a 30 pack of MGD when I can buy 12 packs of High Life and not have to have that many, cans of the same beer? If I could find like 6 packs of this or 12 packs of this, easily, depending on the price between this and High Life, I would probably buy it. I don't mind this beer at all. It's good. I've learned in the last couple, weeks, month, however long we've been doing macro reviews, I like Miller products. Like MGD, this beer's good. Miller High Life, I like Miller High Life. I really enjoy Miller Lite. I didn't realize I was a Miller fan, but I guess I am. So there you go. You don't know until you drink them. So easy drinking American macro lager. It's good stuff. It's refreshing. It hits the spot. So that's Miller Genuine Draft. You guys fans of this one? Do you like High Life more than this? Have you ever drank them side by side? We're going to find out fairly quickly, like in the next probably 10 minutes. So another budget beer in the book to add to the playlist on the channel. So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.